What's up, guys? Welcome to Silva Linings Playbook, the sports podcast nobody asked for and no one's watching other than my mom. Don't forget, there's links below to get some podcast swag. Let's talk about the Knicks and Spurs Game 3. All right, guys, Knicks and Spurs Game 3 is ahead. Let's just quickly recap Game 2. That was a wild game. The pace that both of those teams played at was maybe one of the fastest and most intense I have ever seen or that I can remember. That was such a physical game. I'm very worried about that going into Game 3 because the refs kind of let that game get out of control, in my opinion. There was even a moment where Jalen Brunson and De'Aaron Fox nearly came to blows. They came nose to nose after they were pushing and shoving each other, and Rick Brunson came down to get in the middle of it. And then a few plays after that, OG Anunoby was blatantly fouled going up for a jump shot, and the refs didn't call that, and the only way that it got overturned was the Knicks had to challenge it, and if they had been out of challenges at that point, the Spurs would have gotten the ball back with a blatant foul. So the refs need to get control of this game and not let it get as physical, in my opinion, as it did in Game 2. If Game 3 goes this way in New York, it's going to get crazy. We don't want to see star players fouling out. No one wants to watch a finals game without the best players on the court because of fouls. But at the same time, they can't now let 2 games go and be so physical and overcorrect and start calling ticky-tack fouls, which will get guys piled up with fouls and on the bench. So it's going to be very interesting to see. The refs really are affecting this game by either their lack of calls or their unwillingness to make a call. Yes, it's a championship. Yes, you got to let these guys be physical. But when someone's ripping someone's arm away as they're taking a jump shot, that is something that the refs need to call that. They can't be afraid to blow the whistle late in the game because it's close. But Game 2 was definitely what I was expecting the Spurs and Thunder series to be more like, with a competitive game. The Knicks squeaked out a 1-point victory. Again, the Knicks challenging a non-call by the refs on OG Anunoby helped contribute to getting them back into that game at the end. And the lead, the Knicks blew a 14-point lead. There were some key moments in the game, I thought, when Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns were on the bench at the end of the quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter, and the Knicks subs plus Mikal Bridges actually extended the Knicks lead. That was huge. With 12 seconds left, Wembanyama throwing the ball away off of Stephon Castle's back, who never looked back. He never expected the ball coming. That turnover allowed the Knicks to get that 1-point lead. And luckily for the Knicks, Wembanyama missed a pretty good-looking shot. He was contested by Mitch Robinson, but it was a good shot. Could have gone in, and could just have easily, the series could be just as easily 1-1, which is why I think Game 3 is so important to the Knicks. And I will say Game 3 is a must-win for the Knicks. That game was close. Game 2 was close. We can't let the San Antonio Spurs have even a sliver of light and hope that they can play with the Knicks at this point. Yes, they are talented enough to do it. They showed it in Game 2. They battled down literally to the last second, which was amazing. Instant classic of a game. But if the Spurs win Game 3, all bets are off. This series could go 7 games and anybody could win. I honestly feel that way because the kids in San Antonio, they're so young, and it's an emotional game for them because they don't have the experience. So if they get that positive emotion of a win in New York in front of that crazy crowd, which you know it's going to be insane, that game 4 can just as easily be won by the Spurs. And then you're going back to San Antonio, and the home court advantage is back in their court, literally. So the Knicks cannot let up. The Knicks cannot allow the Spurs any hope, and they can't let them. They can't be close. They have to. It has to be. They can't have. If it's down to another 1-point game, I think it goes the other way today for the Spurs. Jalen Brunson has to step up. He has to shoot better. Karl-Anthony Towns, he's been doing an amazing job guarding Victor Wembanyama. I'm so surprised at how well he's doing against him, but he needs to keep that up and stay out of foul trouble. Again, worried about the refs in this game, worried about them overcorrecting for letting the game get out of hand in game 2, and overcorrecting and making a lot of stupid calls early in the game that make players afraid to play defense. So hopefully that doesn't happen and the refs can find a good balance to do that. Again, I will reiterate, Dylan Harper is key for the Spurs to win. If the Spurs are going to win, Dylan Harper is going to, maybe he should be inserted in the starting lineup, and he's going to have a big game, which he's had in both of these games. The Knicks can't seem to guard him or stop him. He can get anywhere he wants on the court. He's making open shots. He's making tough shots. He's making contested shots. He is truly budding into a superstar in this entire playoff run that the Spurs are having. I'm telling you, Dylan Harper is the key. And if Victor Wembanyama continues to take 3-pointers early in the shot clock when there's no reason for it, the Knicks will pull this series out. So please, as a Knicks fan, Victor Wembanyama, I will say once again, as I said the last time, please continue to take those 3-pointers. That is the bread and butter for the Spurs offense. It's all built around that. Did I mention that you guys can go to the links below and get some t-shirts and sweatshirts to support the podcast? That would be very helpful. That's my brief commercial. But again, game 3, New York's going to be crazy. The Knicks need to watch their emotions because the crowd is going to be so crazy tonight that you have to be careful not to let that energy make them play too fast and out of control. They need to stick with what's gotten them there. They need to stick with the tough defense, run when they have opportunities on turnovers and rebounds, and keep moving the ball to open players, find the open shot, and Karl-Anthony Towns needs to keep Wembanyama away from the basket and driving past him like he's been doing in these first 2 games, because Karl-Anthony Towns has got the foot speed when it comes to Wembanyama. If he can blow right by him, he's been doing it. They've been getting shots in the paint, which other teams aren't able to do because Wembanyama, nobody has the bigs that the Knicks do, and Wembanyama has been able to sit back and sort of like leave his man to go help on defense. But the Knicks, especially when Karl-Anthony Towns is in the game, they can keep, Wembanyama has to play honest. He has to play a more honest brand of defense and can't be helping out. So the Knicks need to continue what they've been doing, moving the ball, let Karl-Anthony Towns set up at the top and dish out to open players and slash behind Wembanyama when he's out away from the basket. That's been working. That's what they need to keep doing, but they also need to keep their heads about them and keep their emotions level and not get too excited, because the wave of emotion and energy that is coming at Madison Square Garden tonight is going to be insane. So fingers crossed that the Knicks can pull this out, and then game 4 will be something we haven't seen in 53 years in New York. I mean, I was literally a child the last time the Knicks won a world championship. So I'm not making plans for a parade or attending the parade and on Broadway in New York yet, because this series is far from over. Game 3 is crucial. The Knicks must win this game tonight. They must win. This is a must win. This is the difference with them winning this series and losing this series. You may say I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, Game 3, this is pivotal for so many reasons. I mean, you want to destroy the confidence of this young team, and you don't want to give them any sliver of hope. And they do have a sliver of hope after the way they played in Game 2. They know they can play with the Knicks. So, Knicks, keep your heads, keep your emotions in check. Stay away from the silly ticky-tack fouls. Use the emotion to your advantage of the crowd, but don't let it get you out of what's gotten you this far and on this run, this 13-game winning streak in the playoffs, which is really unbelievable. I've really never seen the Knicks in my entire life. I've never seen a Knicks team play basketball as well connected on both ends of the court, offense and defense, as I have in this playoff run. And Landry, Shamet, keep up the good work with your three-pointers. They can't stop you. He's locked in. He's become a huge weapon off the bench. What a comeback for a guy who was literally the last guy added to the Knicks squad before the season. And now that decision for the Knicks has paid off big time in these last couple of playoff series. Landry Shamet has been like a dead eye, the best three-point shooter in the NBA playoffs. And he's just been unbelievable. So if he can keep that up and Mikal Bridges can continue his hot shooting, the Knicks look in good shape because of the sixth man, meaning the MSG crowd and the energy and support that the Knicks are going to get tonight. But it's going to be crazy. It's many hours away from this game at this point. It's probably 12 and a half hours away at this point, but I am feeling that excitement and effervescence in my body of like your hair raising on your arm and the goosebumps of what it would be like to be in that building. And if you have about $110,000, you could probably get a ticket to tonight's game. So if you do that, good luck to you. I'm going to be watching it from the safety and comfort of my office here. So enjoy the game. Let's go, Knicks. Fingers crossed that they can pull this out. Watch out for Dylan Harper. Knicks fans, watch Dylan Harper. He is the key. He's really good, but hopefully the Knicks can pull this out. All right, I'm rambling. I'm excited. Hope you're excited. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.